Ladies and gentlemen, episode 9 of Ultimate Fight Podcast. Let's welcome back Sam. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, mate. Having a good week. I hope you are too.
Yeah, I've been having a good week. It's been nice.
Everything's positive at the moment. Obviously,
Yeah,
everyone's coming out of lockdown in a little bit, and it's normality starting, and great fights are happening, and yeah, it's just all positive.
guess what email I got today, James?
What email?
I got email from Cineworld saying we're reopening on 19th of May. I was buzzing.
Yeah,
I
I know.
can't wait to go back to cinemas.
Yeah, I love the cinema. Yeah. I completely agree with that as well. Yeah, cinemas are the one. But
I love
yeah,
it.
obviously, we missed out last week, but we've got a lot to talk about on this one. And yeah, UFC and boxing. To be fair, don't you think, Sam? Overall, it's been great.
Oh, it's been amazing. It's a good month to be a fight fan.
Definitely, obviously the inclusion of obviously fans is great to see. It makes a massive difference. Obviously, a fight is a fight, and obviously these are skilled athletes. But it's just something to do with fans, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, the fans. I think it just gives these fighters a buzz that I think they've been missing it because it's been so quiet for like 2 years. I think having the fans back, they're getting an energy they didn't realise they had before, but it's now come back. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you think in all sports really when fans are involved, home advantage. Obviously, there's more fans at home, and like for
Yeah,
example, if you're an American fighter or you're an English fighter, I don't know why, but there's something about it, isn't it? That you always go for your home fighters. So yeah, just little things like that. Obviously,
yeah,
when you're ranked quite low and you got like 20,000 people watching you, you get like a buzz that you've never had before. And
yeah.
yeah, and obviously the best of the best also thrive off the crowd as well. Like obviously,
100%.
a lot of athletes do. They just enjoy soak it all up and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's an adrenaline rush you can't buy.
yeah,
It's something. Do you know what I mean? That's why you get so many retired fighters that come back because they can never get that same feeling ever
yeah,
unless you're making that walk.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's that's the cruel bit, isn't it? When it's in any sport when you finish your duty and everything that you've done for the last 20, 30 years, however long you last in the sport, you're going to miss it, aren't you? You're going to miss
Exactly.
everything, your daily duties, your gym, your workouts, your sparring, your gym buds, and then you're going to obviously miss the fans as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, right, let's crack on. We've got a lot to speak about. So
We have.
Sam, let's start with you. UFC. What are we talking about? What have we got?
So James, not this weekend just gone, though. Last weekend
May the first, yeah.
we had a main event between Dom light heavyweight contender Dominic Reyes versus a newcomer Jiri Prochazka, whatever his name is. It's a weird name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the listeners if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Um, Prochazka, yeah. But I'll start off talking about the co-main first, which featured UFC vet Cub Swanson versus Chikasi, which was a shocking fight. As normally, I'm a big fan of Cub Swanson. He normally comes out quite aggressive, like he normally does, and he came forward. Casey just lands a hard liver kick, and then Cub just dropped to his knees, and Casey just followed up with some ground strikes and got the win in the first round. Very quick fight. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's mad. What shots like that just that could cripple the biggest men in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, mate, liver strikes are the worst to handle. I don't know if you've ever been hit in the liver,
yeah,
but it's the worst kind of pain.
yeah, of course, and it's obviously the aftermath as well is probably very painful too.
Yeah.
Dealing
So,
with that injury.
but it was very shocking to see Cub go out like that quick because he normally goes like he's normally a hard man to beat. He takes a lot of strikes. He's been in many wars, so this guy definitely made a statement with that liver kick.
Good news. Yeah, yeah, great. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's obviously little things like that. Like obviously a magical punch, a magical kick, it can happen to anyone. The leg breaks, anything.
and then yeah, mate, the main event, Dominic Reyes versus Prochazka was a very crazy fight. Like, I was so shocked how Jiri approached this fight. Listen to this, yeah?
Yeah,
This is his second fight in the UFC.
yeah,
This was his first main event, and he's fighting the number 3 ranked guy in the world who just recently challenged John Jones for the title and actually gave John Jones a tough fight. Like, if you look back at that fight, John Jones had a bit of a struggle with this guy.
yeah. He did, yeah, because his height, his power,
Yeah,
he's a big man, and
he was
just how did he
lanky
get this
and
fight though? How did he walk up? How did he walk into it?
well, this guy here, he's what you said. He's on a, I think he's on an 8 fight win streak in other organisations, and
Yeah,
he came into the UFC and he had his first fight was against a top 10 contender, won, and now he's been offered Dominic Reyes is ranked 3, but a lot of people were bigging this guy up, saying he's like the next big thing. He's like got unbelievable skills and all this sort of stuff.
yeah,
But I wasn't thinking too much of him because I was thinking, oh, they're rushing him. He's put straight to the top. This guy's not going to last.
yeah.
But I was so shocked how his hands were low. He was calm. He had no respect for Reyes' power, and this guy just kept coming forward, chasing Reyes around the ring,
Love that.
like
Love that
with
attitude.
with wild strikes, wild kicks. His movement was like out of a film. He was like one of those like Bruce Lee, Steven Seagal type of movements. It was
Yeah,
mad. And he just kept hurting Reyes, and Reyes just like backing off. His face was all busted. And being Reyes being tough as he is, he kept countering him.
yeah.
But here he just kept eating him and just coming forward even more with more aggressive strikes. I think it was in round 2, Reyes catches Hiri hard with a lot hard left, which hurt him, and Hiri fell to the ground. And no, sorry, he went for a desperate takedown,
Yeah,
but Reyes stops it, and then it went to the ground, and then gets him in a guillotine,
yeah.
and almost tried to submit him, but Hiri managed to pop his head out, recovers, and then get back to his feet, and then as they get back to their feet, he just lands hard spinning elbow and knocks him out cold. It was just
Knocks Reyes out.
he knocks Reyes out
Wow,
with a spinning elbow.
wow.
Reyes he fell face first to the canvas out cold, and this guy is just unbelievable.
Because
Like
that takes a lot out of you being on the ground. It does. It really like all of the ground game. It's no joke. It's not just lying there cuddling each other. It literally will take every
yeah,
muscle, every form of energy out of you, doesn't it?
yeah, I just couldn't believe how calm and how relaxed he was, and his skill set, and he made Reyes look easy. Like that's no joke. He made him look easy
That's crazy.
in his
Wow.
second fight.
So he's just made his stamp in the whole of the division. Who does he
Yeah,
fight next?
well, this is the interesting part. In his post-fight interview, Paul Felder breaks the news to him, saying he's now got a title shot against Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight title in September.
Wow.
And he was like, "No way!" And he said, "Well," and he was like, "Well, I'm ready. Okay, I'll fight anyone."
He just
And
loved it.
yeah, Paul Felder was like just laughing at him, and yeah, he was just shocked that he got a title shot already. But to be fair, he did make his stamp, so he deserves it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah, it's a crazy one.
I didn't realize Reyes got knocked like clean out.
Yeah, with a spinning elbow as well. Who would
Yeah,
have thought that?
yeah, to the floor is disgusting.
Yeah,
Face first.
face first. He was done
Not
in 2 rounds.
not nice.
He destroyed Reyes, whereas John Jones couldn't. That's how I look at it. John Jones went the distance with him, struggled with Reyes, and yet this guy dominated Reyes and knocks him out cold in the second round. Which is crazy.
It's exciting. Is he young
It's
or is he
exciting.
quite old?
He's young. No, he's quite young. Yeah,
That's great. He can only
yeah.
get better then.
He can only get better. He said he's still learning. So
He'll get more. He'll get more money now, and
he will.
also more sponsorship and stuff like that. So that'll be like more the better trainers that you receive and the better gyms that you go to. So yeah, I reckon
Because
he'll
he's more
get
of a
even
spotlight now,
yeah,
isn't
he'll
he?
get even better. Yeah, definitely.
And what was it? Leading up to the fight, apparently he was offered to fight in the UFC before. I think it was a couple years ago, and he turned it down.
Right.
And he said his reason was he feels he ain't ready yet. But he said when he comes to the UFC, he said I'll be ready to fight at that level. And
Nice.
I think that's a smart move because
Yeah, definitely.
he's come in thinking he's ready, and he wasn't wrong. He's winning these
Right.
fights really easy.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, this past weekend we just had Cowboy Cerrone versus Alex Moreno in the co-main.
Yeah.
This one didn't last long, so Alex lands a hard right hook, which hurt Cowboy bad. He falls backwards into the cage, and then Moreno just started throwing leather, and then finished the fight.
What, ground and pound?
Cowboy was no, it was against the cage,
Wow. Yeah.
and he was just throwing strikes. Cowboy was trying to like hang in there and fight back, but the pressure was just too much, and the referee just calls it in the first round. That was quite crazy.
Yeah.
Fireworks right from the bell.
Do you think Cowboy's done now? Do you reckon that's his last fight?
I think so, mate. I think since the Ferguson fight, he hasn't been the same. I think a lot of it got taken out of him in that fight.
Well, that's
I
3
think,
fights lost now, isn't it?
yeah. Not is it 3 fights?
Because Conor McGregor, he lost.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, it could be his third. He might be looking at a release.
Yeah, he probably is. He probably released
Yeah,
now, surely.
yeah. They haven't said anything yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they're reviewing his contract now.
Yeah, definitely.
'Cause
You think they are quite tight with that?
they're very strict normally, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
they just they release Woodley, they release Overeem, Dos Santos, so they're not afraid to get rid of big names.
Big names, yeah. They will. They will get rid of them. So, yeah, madness. Did MVP fight recently?
Yes, he fought in Bellator on Friday night.
Yeah.
Really good event.
Was
Yeah, he won the fight with I don't know if you saw it, but
No.
he just kicked this guy's face, and it just landed straight on the nose. And I've never seen a nose break this bad. Like the bridge of the nose was literally dented inside.
Oh.
It was nice. I have to send you a picture of it, but it was one of the most brutal nose breaks I've ever seen.
Nice. That's impressive.
MVP,
I'm so sad that he's never going to come to the UFC.
oh no, it needs to happen.
I don't think he'll come, man. I think it's too late.
It's a shame because he's got all that talent, and when he makes these guys look so easy in Bellator.
Yeah.
He's definitely UFC level, but he doesn't want to test it. Maybe he's comfortable beating these guys. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe. Who knows?
In the main event on that same event, though, we had Anthony Johnson
Oh yeah,
fighting. Who's come back?
nice.
He got hurt bad in the first round.
Did he?
Yeah, and then he managed to come back and win by knockout in the second, but it was a brutal knockout.
He's got like some powerful fists. I remember enjoying fights that he used to be in, and obviously playing on the UFC game as well. Like with him, I used to love using him. It's
He's one of the hardest hitters.
knockout power, isn't he?
Yeah, true.
What
True
weight was he?
He was light heavyweight,
So
and
nice.
he gained a lot of weight when he retired, but he lost all the weight, and he's come back down to light heavyweight for Bellator.
Who did he fight?
Some guy called what's his name? Hold on, I'll bring it up.
Nice. Yeah, because obviously he used to be in the UFC, didn't he? And
Yeah,
lost 3 fights, I guess.
who was it?
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah, some guy called Jose Augusto.
Okay.
I don't know much about him, but yeah, he did hurt Anthony Johnson in the first round. I thought the fight was almost going to be stopped, and then Johnson just recovers and just knocks him out cold in the second.
Nice. No, that's great.
Yeah.
Obviously, good to see him back because he was amazing in the UFC.
Yeah.
For Bellator fans, that's impressive. Like little signing.
Sergio Pettis was also fighting on that card as well.
Really, that's a good.
Yeah,
quite a stacked card.
It was. Yeah, it was a good little card for Bellator.
Definitely.
Yeah, Pettis won the title.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's now the bantamweight champion of Bellator.
Nice.
And Anthony Pettis was there as well. He was happy to see his little brother get the title as well.
Is he still in the UFC?
Who, Anthony Pettis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still fighting.
Because I can't remember his last win. Because he lost against Tony Ferguson, didn't he, and stuff like that. So I don't know.
He did. Yeah, he's been in a few crazy, wild fights lately.
Yeah, I know. I do like him. I do think he is one of my favourites.
Yeah,
For no reason whatsoever. I just like watching him fight.
You ever seen the highlight when he runs up the cage wall and knocks someone out
Like,
with a head kick?
you can't miss that. That's a highlight. That's a highlight and a half. That is so good. That.
Yeah, they call it the Showtime kick,
Yeah, definitely.
and that was
What about when
insane.
he stuck his tongue out when he was ground and pounded at
Oh yeah,
Ferguson and the blood was all across his face? That was wicked as well.
yeah, that was a good moment. It's like one of them gangster moments
Yeah,
in a
that is a
way.
pure gangster moment. So who's fighting? Who's fighting this weekend? Anyone?
Well, let me get past this card first. So
Oh,
we had
sorry,
the
sorry, Sam. I didn't mean.
no, that's all good. So we had Cowboys the co-main, and
Yeah.
then the main event you had the girls, which featured Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson.
Yes.
This was a technical fight, a bit of a slow start. They were trying to like feel each other out in the second, but in the second round, Marina managed to find her range, and she was starting to display some beautiful boxing, land some hard strikes, hurt Waterson a few times. And then I think in the third round, Waterson landed a hard head kick, which broke her jaw. Marina Rodriguez's jaw was
Oh
broken.
no.
The cheek started to swell. Her mouth was like wide open. But Marina wins the fight by decision. Her striking was the story of the fight. To be fair, she kept landing with the combinations.
That's terrible, isn't it? Broken jaw and you still
Yeah,
got it.
broken jaw. But I bet she was happy with the win.
100%. Yeah. No,
but,
that's
but,
crazy.
but she's going to be out for a while. That was a nasty jaw break.
That's not
It was like
nice. That's.
hard leg head kick. It was straight to the jaw.
You think people would retire from that?
Yeah, you would. But
Because Holly Haim, what she did to.
yeah.
What she did to I can't remember her name. What's her name?
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot that name. Yeah, Ronda Rousey. Yeah, she didn't come back really after that. That was a bit of a long time out of the game and struggled to get back in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's mental.
crazy. So what's happening this weekend?
So, mate, this weekend, UFC's back on pay-per-view for UFC 262 in Houston, Texas, sold out with a full crowd of 17,000. The main card kicks off with a featherweight fight featuring Edson Barboza versus Shane Burgos,
I like the
which should be a really good fight. I'm expecting some wild exchanges in that one. We've also got a middleweight bout between Jack Hermansson and Edmund Shabazian, but I just found out an hour ago that fight's now cancelled, which is a shame.
That's a massive shame.
Yeah, and the co-main features the return of Tony Ferguson versus Beneil Dariush. This is likely to be fight of the night, mate. Both men are absolutely wild. I mean, you know Ferguson, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
But Dariush is the similar sort of fighter. He comes forward, been in some crazy wars. They're both always been in a fun fight. It's a fan-friendly fight.
Nice. Do you think Ferguson's still the Ferguson from like 3 years ago, 5 years ago?
Well, he seems hungry. I mean, I watched the countdown on YouTube. Their build-up video, and he seems to be in good spirits. Like he's very hungry to get back in the winning column.
Nice, yeah, because it's been a while since he's had like a big win.
Yeah, he's come off 2 losses in against Gagey and Oliveira, so he needs this win. This is a big one for him.
I hope he gets it because he is obviously an amazing talent. Weird bloke, but nice. He's a great talent.
He's a very weird bloke, but yeah, very talented.
Nice
fighter.
skills, obviously, on the ground and on his feet. So he's an all out fighter, isn't he? Really, he's a brawler.
Yeah,
but yeah, he'll throw anything at you, won't he?
Exactly. But Dariush, he's no joke. He's currently on a 6-fight win streak in the UFC.
Nice,
and he's hoping to break into the top 5 by obviously taking on the El Kukui, aka the Boogeyman, Tony Ferguson.
The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman, who was considered the biggest threat for Khabib. But Ferguson last lost to Charles Oliveira, and he's looking more hungry than ever to get back into the winning column and get back to title contention. So it should be good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And then the main event features Charles Oliveira versus newcomer Michael Chandler for the vacant lightweight championship. So Michael Chandler is a wrestler, but he's also a powerful striker as well. We both know that. He's known for his great title reign in Bellator with some great performances, but he's now coming to the UFC to prove that he can compete at this highest level. He debuted to fight Dan Hooker, and he knocked the guy out in the first round. Yeah,
and then he started screaming. Who did he want?
He wanted Khabib,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
wanted Khabib. Yeah, after his first fight, what a dream
And
that would have been.
and I remember your reaction. You was like, slow down,
Yeah,
like get some wins first.
yeah. Get yourself into the door first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's been given a title shot in his second fight, so fair play to him.
They're
But
giving
mate,
they're giving people they're giving people top 10 fights quite quickly in the UFC.
they are, yeah. I don't know why, but I guess they earned it if they take out a top 5 contender. So
One thing as well with the UFC at the moment, I don't know if you agree with me, but there has
what's that?
been some names in that pile for a long, long time. There's no one like really like brand new that comes in and like electrifies it, or like
It's
comes
very true.
in with
Yeah,
like a
the
fiery,
yeah.
fiery like no attitude and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So when people do come in from Bellator or come up through the ranks quite quickly, it's because they're really good and they've got
Yeah.
something about them. So I've noticed that for the last like, obviously year or so that it's starting to get like the veterans of the game obviously are still there. Like you think your Cowboys and stuff like that, and then
Hmm.
and your Woodleys and stuff, and then obviously these people getting beat quite quick now. So like, there's brand new. I feel like there's a brand new era going to happen in UFC soon.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think what it is, I think that the last few years, like you said, the same names been popping up, but they've been like gatekeepers in a way. Like they've been defending their ranking,
Yeah,
and no one
definitely.
can.
Mm.
But now they're starting. These people are starting to break through the rankings and take their spot, and I think that's what's happening. That they're starting to lose um their position.
Yeah, and too rightly as well because they get beat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
come.
obviously the Diaz brothers and stuff like that, and they're all there, and like Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor and all of the others that are John Jones, all of them lot, they're still there. But there's like these new people that are just coming up and like nipping at their toes. So it's good to obviously have like new
It's
people.
good to have, yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see some fresh names and see what they can bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely. It's always
Yeah,
good, and hopefully we'll get some more English people in there soon.
yeah. Hopefully, I hope we do.
That'd be good
I hope,
to get some more English people. I saw that Nathaniel Woods. I follow him on Instagram, and Woods, the one that I told you about.
yeah,
He's coming back from injury, so hopefully he could start like getting some really good wins under his belt.
yeah. That's true.
He looked in
I'm
impressive
hoping.
shape as well. So.
I'm also hoping Dillian White makes a way crossover as well.
Oh my, oh
Can you
my
imagine?
lord! Yeah, imagine that. I can't see it, but imagine.
It'd be good though.
Oh
I'd
my,
love it.
him right. I don't think he should fight Ngannou, but if he does,
No,
that's good. But
fight
just
someone else
Derek
first.
Lewis. Oh my god, imagine that fight. Like
Yeah,
him
Derek
versus Derek
Lewis.
Lewis would be so good.
It would be so good.
That would be the best fight to watch.
It would. I reckon it would light up the heavyweight division if he came in as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
it'd be so good. But yeah, going back to the Chandler fight, Charles Oliveira is savage though, mate. Like, I mean, he's got the most submissions in UFC history. His
Good.
arms are like a crocodile. That's the best way to describe it. So once he grabs your neck, his arm just locks in, and you're not getting out.
That's great. That is.
Yeah,
It's always good
he's
to have
striking.
like different skills.
Yeah, 100%. And his striking's also getting better in every fight. He just keeps improving all the time. So he's dangerous everywhere. So this should be an interesting fight. My prediction, though, mate, I think Oliveira wins this. I think he beats Chandler.
Do you think he via submission or via knockout?
Submission. Submission.
Really
Yeah, that's what I think.
nice. He might be working on his ground and pound.
Oh, Chandler.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know, but it goes back to one of them things. A wrestler never likes a jiu-jitsu fighter because, like, jiu-jitsu is like the counter discipline to fight wrestlers.
Yeah,
So in the old days, wrestlers were dominant. There was always winning fights because they just take people down, they lay on you, and they beat you on the ground. But jiu-jitsu was invented to counter wrestling. It's to submit you on the ground and give you a bit of an offense. So it'd be
nice.
interesting how Michael Chandler approaches this fight.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds interesting. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds
yeah,
like a cracking fight.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. But that's all from me on UFC. So
Fantastic. We'll have obviously quick break, then go straight to boxing.
Sweet. See you in a minute.
So welcome back, guys. Boxing has been very interesting and very busy recently. I've got lots of fights. Unfortunately, I can't mention them all, otherwise we'll be here for a couple of hours. But I've just picked out some of the good ones, the ones that came up in my eyes really as the top ones. So, Andy Ruiz Jr.'s return on May the 2nd, I believe. He recorded his first win in nearly 2 years as he defeated Chris Arreola via a unanimous decision in the 12th round non-title heavyweight fight. Did you see that, Sam? What did you think?
Yeah, I watched the fight. It was interesting. I can't believe Andy got dropped in the first round. Like, it was so quick.
Yeah, a bit too quick. Yeah,
because a lot of people thought Andy Ruiz had a really good chin, but this guy just dropped him.
They're just the size-wise, I think, of the men. They're like really built blokes. So I reckon he just caught him off guard, and he was just trying to pace the fight out, trying to get into like certain areas. Because I don't know, I don't think Andy Ruiz is like the bigger, like the larger of guys, is he? He's just stocky, isn't he?
Well, there was a few questions in the fight. So he had all the weight loss, didn't he? So they were wondering if that had an impact on his performance. Well, I thought it was a good fight. Some people were saying the fight wasn't that great and it was a bit boring, but I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was back and forth.
Yeah.
I thought the scorecards were a bit controversial.
So I've got the scorecards here: 118 to 109, 118 to 109, 117 to 110. So that means he won pretty much every round.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. There were some rounds where Arreola won as well.
Yeah, I thought it was more. I thought it was back and forth. Really, maybe it's just like the shots, the volume of shots. Yeah, I couldn't see it myself either. I thought it was a bit closer than that, especially being dropped. But no, obviously he's got the unanimous decision, and obviously he's taken the win, and now goes on to the next fight. I don't know who he's going to fight next. Really, I can't really judge who he's going to fight. Really.
Do you think it'll be Wilder?
Possibly.
I've seen him. He's putting some more videos out now. He's back in training and that. So I don't know if he's preparing for a fight or.
Be a great fight, but I don't know who wins. I think it's Wilder. To be fair, I don't think Andy Ruiz is at that level.
I think Wilder slaps him.
Yeah, I think he's too long, so he'll be at a massive distance, and Andy Ruiz will be trying to make a come in closer and stuff like that, and just get 100%. Hell just face to him. But no, yeah, there's obviously that fight. Maybe Povetkin, maybe Dillian White, maybe Parker. Yeah, so yeah, he's got like a array of fighters that he can go against.
Some good opponents to take on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So on May the 1st as well, Matchroom had their card. There were some really good fights. Not as good as I thought there'd be. I thought there'd be some knockouts, but there was a lot of going to distance, wasn't there? Obviously, Campbell Hatton had his second fight against Levi Dunn. Levi Dunn didn't look like he has had a boxing fight before, but he's had plenty. But I don't think he's ever won. But obviously, these are fights that need to happen in the beginning of your career. You need to get in there. You need to get in there quite quick. He's now on his second fight in Manchester, where he's from. So yeah, it meant a lot. And obviously, the rise of Hatton carries on. The one thing about Hatton is that he needs to take his time more, I believe. I felt like he was rushing shots. I felt like it was more of he didn't land punches with power. Thought it was like volume more than anything. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, we watched this live together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Watched the event. We was looking at this other guy thinking, oh my God, who's this guy he's fighting? But no, Hatton looked good. Like, he was landing some good shots, but he weren't. Yeah, like you said, they weren't power punches.
Yeah.
They were seemed to be more volume. Maybe Hatton did this on purpose, trying to get some more ring time, get some more experience in the ring.
Yeah, we did say that, didn't we?
Yeah,
We did say that. We said like that was probably an option that they had as your coach, saying this guy can go the whole time, try and show off like his stamina as well as his power. But obviously, yeah,
yeah,
still beginner. This is what we're talking about. Like they say about Tommy Fury and all of that lot. They're still babies in the league and the rankings. So let's see how he does. I think he will do well. To be fair,
yeah. Especially if he's got
he's
Ricky Hatton as his dad, giving him advice. He
his
helps him
uncle
go
as well
right.
as his coach,
Yeah, exactly.
and he was a professional boxer as well. So
Oh, so he's got the best people in his corner for him.
yeah, the world's his oyster really, and
Yeah,
he's obviously got Eddie Hearn.
yeah.
So
Brilliant,
that's a massive bonus for anyone.
brilliant promoter to have.
Yeah. So Eubank Jr. returns against Morrison.
Ooh.
I believe it was a good fight. I didn't really hear much about Morrison. Nothing against the boxer. I've just never really watched him before. I might have watched him, but his name hasn't stuck in my head. I didn't think it was like a walk in the park for Eubank. He did show parts of class. He did show like he has got the arsenal in him. He does throw a volume of shots. He does throw an array of shots as well. But I just didn't think he had that finishing power. Morrison did have a good chin. And at the end of the fight, obviously, Eubank said, I threw some shots that would have knocked people out. And credit to Morrison that he carried on. But yeah, Morrison himself, he showed great heart, showed a great display. He actually had some vicious shots against Eubank as well, which I thought was troubling. But yeah, Eubank wins with the unanimous decision. Did you enjoy it, Sam?
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. I mean, I did notice some improvements with Eubanks because he's got a new trainer now, and he's got Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
As his new coach.
what a dream.
So yeah, so you can see the Roy Jones in him as well now. Like he's starting to use some of his striking, and you can see the improvements. But yeah, I thought he looked in great shape, good performance. He weren't like a knockout artist as I was expecting, but it was still good to watch.
Yeah, I don't think personally that shouting out Canelo's a good plan for Eubank Jr.
No, not
I
yet.
know he's giving Billy Joe Saunders some jip, but yeah, I don't think yet that's the way to go. But if he wants to
No.
get in there, and I just wish him the best of luck, and hopefully he doesn't come out with worse injuries than Billy Joe Saunders. Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. I thought this was
What a fight!
the fight of the night, to be fair, in my eyes.
Yeah,
Both amazing fighters, both amazing careers. Katie Taylor just threw more, I think. I think the
yeah,
decision went her way in the close affair just due to the fact that the volume was there, the output was there, her continuous controlling of the fight, and whatever Natasha threw at her, which was very good shots. All very hard, powerful shots. Maybe she should have cut it down a bit, the power shots wise. Maybe had some more jab play, but I thought Natasha was fantastic. If there is a rematch for that fight, that would be. I'd watch it straight away as well. But just
100%.
something in Katie Taylor, she's just born winner. I think, don't you?
Yeah, I think she's starting to get that GOAT status recognition, isn't she?
Yeah,
In the
recognition of
women's
obviously
divisions.
that is, yeah, it's huge. She's fighting everyone. It's
Literally
never like
everyone.
a. She always just has a very long fight as well. She's not like 1, 2, 3 rounds. It's all 12 or 10 or so. She does go the whole distance.
Yeah, 100%. And she's got all the belts as well. I think she's got one more to go. Is it?
I believe it's one more,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's fantastic. They both are fantastic fighters, and Natasha Jonas will go back and say, "I just got beat by one of the greatest women's fighters in the world," and she can put herself high in them rankings. To be fair, because I think she's great too.
Yeah, she's hoping for a rematch. She said, didn't she?
Yeah, she's hoping for the rematch. Eddie, I reckon, will sort that out. But I think yeah, looking forward to the next one. Enjoyed it.
100%.
So main event: Chisora versus Parker. Gritty
my God.
split decision. Parker wins. Some say controversial. Some say it was clear as day. Parker getting knocked out in the first round by an overhand classic Chisora shot. The longer it went, the gutsier it got. Obviously, Chisora does love a scrap, and we all love watching Chisora. So Parker, I thought, did a professional display. He had a game plan the whole time, I think, using his jab. Apparently he has one of the best jabs in the world. So the fact that he used that to his advantage, danced around, knew that Chisora gets tired, throws a lot of shots, which may go wayward, loses a lot of energy, but it was a great fight. What do you think, Sam?
He was a wild man. Just
Chisora
comes
is
out aggressive.
never not a wild man. I never could see a fight where he would just go behind the jab, but
I'm so impressed with his age and the pace he was pushing on a Parker. It was insane.
yeah, he's great.
Right from the bell, he just came forward and didn't stop. But yeah, like you said, in the later rounds, it started to take a toll on Chisora. It started to slow down a bit, and then Parker got the jab going and won the later rounds and managed to win the fight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They said that Chisora. Some people said that Chisora threw the best shots, and the more like it wasn't just volume; it was the more power shots, the more painful shots, the more like
I agree.
to the body and stuff like that. It worked the game quite well, but I always thought that like Parker consumed it and just carried on. He took
He won
it,
on volume.
yeah, and like after the fight as well, there was I heard that there was an interview with I can't remember. Eddie Hearn was on YouTube, and Chisora came into the fight, and him, Conor Benn, and Eddie Hearn were talking, and they just said that if it's just impressive what he like throws. He always thinks about what he's throwing, even though it looks sluggish and it looks like he's just throwing arms. He's actually plans it all. But one of the things is that he used his left hook to the body too much, and it was telegraphed after a few rounds, and that he should have switched that up to the head. That's what they said. He said that would have made a massive difference, and he just said, yeah, he shrugged it off and just said, yeah, maybe next time. But yeah, I thought that was really good advice because I thought he's done 5 rounds of body shots. Do you know what I mean? He's thrown that overhand right like 15 times and only landed it once. So like, mix it up a bit. That's what I thought.
Yeah, don't be too predictable.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be too don't carry on doing exactly the same thing. But he's an amazing fighter, and I love him, and I think he's amazing. So
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Right, so on to this week. We had another matchroom card that obviously was a great watch. Some of the undercard I didn't really believe was worthwhile. Some controversial moments though. What do you think?
Did you see the Sanchez Anguilla fight?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh my God, it was
mixed emotions.
So bad.
I don't know what the hell happened. Like, it was very, very strange. It was embarrassing, I believe.
So let me explain. So I watched this. So Sanchez throws a hook and it rolls off the shoulder and didn't land, but it rubs the back of the head of Aguero, and then he just drops. Yeah. Then he drops to the floor in a delayed action, and he pretends to be badly hurt. But the replay clearly showed it didn't land. The strike just rubbed his head. It didn't hit his head.
Yeah. So
and he tried to.
Yeah, he got booed out of the arena apparently afterwards. Yeah, and they said that it was like, he faked a shot. It's disgusting. I've never heard of that.
No, but they gave Sanchez the win by TKO anyway.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? But one of the things is just there is a lot of reaction online to that, just saying how embarrassing it was. Give Nagy an Oscar, like just loads of memes. There's just so many memes. It's just like, how can you get away with a whole arena of people, screens, television, and you think that's going to be worthwhile?
It's not going to work.
It's crazy. There's another controversial kind of split decision. Solomon Sissoko claims controversial split decision win over Kieran Conway.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was one of the like a decision that should never have gone that way, and also another one as well, which was also called
Co-main.
the co-main Sota versus Takayama.
Takayama.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're saying it's
That
a
was
shocking.
insane.
They're saying it's a shocking stoppage, saying that it should never have happened. What do you think, mate? I thought one of the things is that Sota looked really good, and the power punches were thrown all the time. He was getting tired, I could tell through the rounds when I was watching it. It's just one of the things is that Takayama didn't look like he was always bouncing back. I don't know what you felt about it.
I thought it was a crazy fight. It was proper phone booth fighting, like from start to finish. But yeah, I was very disappointed to see the referee stop the fight in I think it was the ninth round.
9 rounds.
Yeah. Many thought it was an early stoppage. Like Takayama was dancing around with a ring just to prove he was okay still. Like he was still fresh. He was just like did a little dance just to prove that he's still in the fight. But they just decided to wave it off. I mean, yeah, he took a lot of shots. There's no getting around that. But he was still in that fight. And I think when you got a championship fight like this, let them go out on their shield. Don't take it. Don't take that opportunity away from him that early.
Do you think it was the ref that made that decision?
Yeah, 100%.
So
It wasn't the
when it
corner.
comes, it wasn't anyone else in his ear or anything like that. I don't think.
No,
I think
the
it's
corner
just,
was screaming at
yeah.
the corner was screaming at him afterwards, going, "Look, he's okay. Why are you stopping it?
Like
He's smiling. He's dancing." They were
Carl
saying,
Froch said it as well. He said, "I agree with all three of you because that was a terrible stoppage. I mean, come on, Takayama's in there fighting his heart out. He's almost having a swan song payday here because this is pretty much
"Yeah,
he's been here around for a long, long time. He's
yeah, he's
almost
like
having
legendary."
a final fight for the fans and himself, and he's been robbed of the opportunity."
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't say it. I
that
can't
was a
say it
great
on
fight
here,
though.
but the swear words that are coming from the corner as well, from the furious reaction.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what I was trying to get out. I
BS.
wasn't trying to get out that like the boxing was bad, but like there were spells of obviously great fights, but it just didn't. It just felt a bit. I don't know. Just it was all over the place. I thought.
Didn't quite deliver the product.
Yeah, there was some wins and there was some obviously some like long fights and there's some controversy and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like I enjoyed half of it. I didn't watch the beginning ones, to be fair. I only started watching like the main card. But when I looked back and read all about the other fights, I was thinking, I'm so glad I didn't watch half of it. It would have just annoyed me. But no, obviously the main fight of the night was Canelo unifies WBC, WBA, WBO, and Ring Magazine World Super Middleweight titles after Saunders' retirement at the end of round 8.
Mental.
After this fight, I just still love Canelo. Like, I don't think he could do anything wrong. He's just another
He
level
is.
of like human.
He's pound for pound.
Yeah,
There's no argument now.
there is no argument. Billy Joe
There's no argument.
Saunders turned up, and he done very well. I thought Billy Joe Saunders was fantastic. Like the movement around the ring, I now understand why he wanted a bigger ring, but didn't shake Canelo at all.
No.
Like everything that he shot at him, it was great spatial awareness. He went to the body, went to the head, used the jab quite a lot as well. So obviously that's being quite effective, him being southpaw. And I just thought that Canelo didn't. When I've heard of like interviews when they said I could take his punch, so it doesn't mean anything. And
Yeah.
I felt that was it as well with Canelo. Canelo is just consuming jabs and just like shaking them off. Like no one's ever done it.
He wasn't phased.
He did not look phased at all. His
No.
stamina wasn't phased, so he wasn't like blowing. He wasn't
No.
tired. But the killer shot, just I'd never like to receive one of them in my life.
No,
But
I think no one would.
but it's just the power that he had. Like even Eddie Hearn said that even the sound of it, you're right next to the thing and you could hear the punch, and the punches sound different to everyone else's punch. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there was definitely a power difference when Saunders hit Canelo and when Canelo hit Saunders. You could see immediately the power difference.
Yeah, it was just. I think it was just because he didn't throw volume. He wasn't dancing and he wasn't evading. He was just
He was
consuming.
quite heavy footed,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
that's what I thought.
And
No, you're right there. I thought he was heavy footed. I thought he looked quite slow.
yeah, but actually, he looked like to me he wanted to scrap, and he was looking for that knockout punch. And every strike he threw, every hook had an intention to knock him out.
Yeah, he did
It
have a
was
disgusting punch on him. I felt like you are exactly right when you said that because I thought he looked slow and quite flat footed. He
mm,
didn't show any like classic traits of getting him in the corner. And when he did get him in the corner, he just wanted to throw absolute bombs at him, like
yeah,
with a timed difference. So they let Billy Joe Saunders like dance around him, and then when he saw a
mm,
gap, he took it. I thought that was
yeah,
quite
exactly.
clever. But when I noticed when he did take that shot, or the round before, it's like a tiger came out in the corner. He's like bouncing, wasn't he? And he
Yeah,
was
he
like
was.
on the chair. He was like talking. He was getting like really agitated. So I thought that
Hmm.
like he thought, oh, let me get to 6 rounds, and then I'll just release. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But Saunders looked good, you know. I mean,
Yeah, he
he
did.
landed the most strikes than any previous opponents than Canelo faced.
He was
Saunders,
really good.
you know, and then he started to get really confident in the third round. Then he had low hands. He was taunting him a little bit. Even clipped Canelo a couple of times,
Yeah, he
but
did. But
it
that
wasn't.
power came
It
out
was,
then. That's when I tell it. That's what I was saying. He must be
yeah,
consumed because there was a shot, wasn't it? Not the one that broke his eye. The one before, I think it was a left hook. And his arms were like from like hip straight to face, like straight away. Like it was like
yeah,
he was like a warning, like oh my, confidence just sapped out of him. But
yeah. It just killed his momentum
yeah,
straight
it
away,
did.
didn't
Yeah,
it?
that was more. Yeah, that was more it. But like I don't know, no discredit at all to Billy Joe Saunders. I thought he was fantastic.
No,
Canelo is obviously just hasn't. He's just on another level, I believe. I think he's just
he,
one hell of an elite fighter. They're saying that GGG, um, the other title holder as well. I don't know if he would ever. I'd keep running away. I'd hide in the middle. I'd hide in a forest. I'd hide in anywhere. Hide in like Iceland on top of
yeah. I
snow
don't want
on top of a snow mountain.
to.
Like one of the, like, I just yeah, I would not want to fight him at all.
No one does not want to take an uppercut from Canelo. I mean that uppercut he landed on Saunders. I mean Canelo knew in the corner. Apparently, we went to his corner. He ain't getting out. I felt his cheek break. He
Yeah,
said
that's
that
what
was
he
his
said. My
words.
cheek broke. His cheeks broke.
Yeah, he said it. I felt his cheek broke. He ain't coming out. And then he was right. They called the fight. He knew,
Yeah,
and it was a nasty uppercut.
it was disgusting. Yeah, um, I I didn't know that that's what was going to happen. Like I thought that I didn't think that was going to be the case, and I thought, why is he not getting up? Why is he not getting up? But yeah, obviously that
I showed you the X-ray today, didn't I? It's brutal.
yeah, it's disgusting. It's I personally believe that might be a career ending fight.
Yeah, it's very likely.
I can't see him coming back.
Well, you can never take a hard shot in that area again. Even if you did get surgery on it, it's never going to be 100%, is it?
It's like Kell Brook. He suffers with obviously cheekbones after fighting GGG, and
Yeah,
then he had that other fight and he broke the other one.
it's nasty.
So yeah, that's it, isn't it? Really, I think like I don't know. He's very brave, like to come back if he does. It's a
100%.
weird place though. It's not like that's the common place to punch someone. Obviously, because he was
No,
very
yeah.
low, wasn't he? He was trying to evade the
Well,
shot, and it was an
well, he leant
uppercut.
into it.
Yeah, he leant into it, and it was an uppercut,
Which,
and he tried to evade.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So it was just nasty. But my question is, who's next for Canelo? Like, who can take on that guy and make it a challenge? I thought Saunders was the guy, but obviously he wasn't.
well, he gave him his best. He gave him his best fight. I thought. I just don't know. I just don't know who beats him. I can't think of anyone that would want to fight him anyway. What like
He's only lost
with
was to
the
Mayweather, wasn't it?
yeah with GGG? What is that for? What would you have? Would you?
Well, they need to. I think they need to run that back because there was some controversial scorecards. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't watch it, but apparently the Triple G won one of them. Whether it's the first fight or the rematch, I can't remember. But apparently, what Double G was supposed to win one of them, and it went the other way. Is that true?
Yeah, there was some controversy, wasn't there? And then there was the bit about the meat and stuff like that with the steroids, and there was just
Yeah,
like a
there's a lot of
massive,
big thing going on, wasn't there?
massive inquest going on and stuff like that. So, but yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know who he fights. I was just looking up, so just to see who they think. Yeah, GGG. Obviously, Chris Eubank calling him out, but he wouldn't want that. Demetrius Andre, Charlo, Caleb Plant is the one though. IBF super middleweight.
Yeah, was it Caleb?
Caleb
Was his name?
Caleb
Caleb,
Plant.
yeah. Yeah, he's the super middleweight champion, isn't he? It's the last belt to get.
Yeah, IBF. Yeah,
And
if
then
I was
he's
Caleb, I'd run. Yeah, I'd go to Egypt and hide in the pyramids. I don't know where you're going to go, mate, but I would not like to fight Canelo in the state he is. He wants to fight again this year.
yeah, he said September.
Wow. Let's do it. Get it on, Eddie. Get it on. Caleb Plant versus Canelo. I don't think it would even last as long as this one.
Let's pull up Caleb Plant's record. So he's 28 years old.
Yeah,
He's 21-0 with 12 KOs. He's a gold medalist.
yeah,
in the light heavyweight division. Yeah, he's quite a good guy. I mean, he's got some lot of wins when he's under his belt.
the only problem
Some of
is,
these guys, I don't know who half of these guys
yeah,
are. That's the only issue.
exactly. That is what I was just going to get at. He hasn't fought anyone, and obviously Billy Joe Saunders. I wonder if he fought
Who's on the same
Plant,
boat?
how that would have gone.
Yeah, it would have been. Maybe they should have fought first, and then the winner of that fight should have fought Canelo.
Yeah, maybe that would have been good, but
Mm.
well, Box Rec rate him 5-star. I'm not being rude to anyone of these fighters, but I've never had any of them.
No,
They're all
and
like
apparently
2-2, 4-3, 1-1, 3-2. So they're like beginners. And then the one that he's probably fought, yeah, no one really that impresses me. So yeah, good luck.
his
Good luck to him.
amateur record is 97-20.
Yes,
That's pretty impressive.
it's pretty good, isn't it?
97
It's
wins.
quite a lot. It's quite a lot of amateur background.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so he's got a lot of experience.
see what happens. Yeah, throw him
See what
in. Throw
happens.
him in the deep end.
Bring it on.
He's the next
But
one.
Eddie Hearn said he's up for it. Kaleno said he's up for it. So it's all down to Caleb's team.
Yeah, and if
So
they
if
could
they
find
say
him.
yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no boxing really for next week. I think there's going to be a little break now. Boxing. Can't see any. I can't see any boxing fights that are worth mentioning.
What's the date this weekend?
May the 15th.
15th, innit? So
I
there's
couldn't
an
find
event in
it.
Manchester.
There's a Josh Taylor against. I just can't find any that. Yeah. Boatzi? Is Boatzi fighting?
Boratsi, yes, Joshua Boratsi, but his opponent hasn't been announced yet. He's fighting on the card. It's matchroom.
Is it
I
matchroom?
think the main main event. I think is Terry Harper versus Mi Choi, WBA WBC Super Featherweight Championship. You've also got Jamal Yafai versus Jason Cunningham,
Nice.
and you've got Lerone Richards versus Giovanni Di Carolois, whatever his name is.
Okay, so I've got it
Uh,
here. That Boazzi could be fighting Daniel Belenda dos Santos for the World Boxing
okay.
Association International Light Heavyweight.
Hmm.
Schedule bouts subject to change and commission approval. So he could fight. He could fight on the 15th. They're just obviously
Yeah,
scheduling it and stuff like that. But you got to love,
mate.
got to love a Brit.
There's a big fight in on the 22nd. You got Jose Ramirez versus Josh Taylor for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO lightweight titles. That should be a crazy one.
Be good. That'd be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
overseas, but it should be a good one.
yeah, that should be really good. That's yeah, but that well, obviously, I don't like being biased, but I always like a matchroom event, even though if there's no one that I really know, I'd still stick it on
Yeah,
and watch it because it's always just such a good. It's just always such a good event. This
Dubois
Daniel,
fighting soon as well.
yeah. This Daniel dos Santos is a Frenchman. He's won 15, knocked out 8, lost none.
What the hell?
Boazzi is 13, knocked out 11, lost none.
Is he undefeated?
Yeah,
Oh, so both undefeated.
both undefeated. Jason
Should
Cunningham, Tommy McCarthy. There's some good English people here. So yeah,
should be a good one.
should be
Then.
worth
Should
watch.
be a good card.
Yeah, it should be still
Yeah,
worth watch.
yeah,
But yeah, that's it. That's it for me from boxing, and I think that's it for you, Sam.
yep. Sweet.
Thank you for listening again. Thank you for obviously your continued um, support and everything like that. Yeah, follow our page, Ultimate Fight Podcast, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, guys.
See you soon, guys. See you soon, Sam. Speak to you later.
Yeah, see you later, mate. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.